Brad Pitt is out there promoting F1, which is his Formula One racing movie.
Can't wait.
Oh, you were interested.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
Okay.
movie. Yeah.
They got him to open up. He was talking to GQ magazine. I just have some excerpts here that are in the Hollywood Reporter, but he's promoting the film F1, and he was talking to GQ for a cover story that came out yesterday. Stuff like how he feels about his personal life regularly being in the news and the annoyance that comes along with that as he tries to focus on filming. My personal life is always in the news. It's been in the news for 30 years, bro. Or some version of my personal life, let's put it that way. He said, it's been an annoyance I've had to always deal with in different degrees, large and small, as I do the things I really want to do. This is my Brad Pitt. I don't know how it's doing.
No, it's good. I like it.
He went on. It's always been this kind of nagging time suck or waste of time, if you let it be that. He noted, though, that his life is, he called it fairly contained. It feels pretty warm and secure with my friends, with my loves, with my fam, with my knowledge of who I am, that, you know, it's like this fly buzzing around a little bit, the annoyance of being, I guess, a star.
All right.
They completed the shooting in Abu Dhabi, and then his divorce came through, and he was asked about that too after an 8-year legal battle. And he was asked if anything feels different now that he's on the other side of the divorce, and if there's relief. And he went, "No, I don't think it was that major of a thing. Just something coming to fruition legally." Like, you know, you're at his level. You're like, lawyers deal with that. I don't have headspace for that.
I think that is, I don't know if that's a skill or if that's something that over time being in Hollywood, he's learned to manage, but I would not be able to not be distracted by some lawsuit hanging over my head. Mm-hmm. And I give him credit for being able to just if that's true, if he's not just, you know,
right. He might be downplaying
putting that out there and
he's doing an interview where
bangs his head into a wall each night going, how did I get caught in this?
It must be like the one benefit to being somebody like Brad Pitt when you're going through like big problems like that. I would think he's got a firm that handles that stuff for him. So it minimizes at least how much he's doing, because the average person has to deal with it. You're Brad Pitt. You're like, okay.
Look,
I can't be banging my beautiful face against the wall every day.
He is someone that has been in the press his whole life. Here are some of the things. He's stinky. He doesn't take showers.
Yes.
He's a chain smoker.
Oh, I believe both those things.
He's gone out with women that are younger than he probably should have. Was it that Juliette Lewis was like 16? Like, whatever. He's, you know, and he wasn't.
He was young.
100, but he was fairly young.
Right.
Okay, so there's been that stuff. This thing about beating up the kids and being a drunk is kind of different than that.
Yes.
So he's really, I don't know if that's bottoming out, but he seems to be coming back from it.
He seems to have weathered it.
Yeah.
You know,
but
and
that
honestly,
was as bad as you could want something to be.
Well, it was very, and she promoted that narrative. And clearly, I think something happened. And the kids have all distanced themselves from him as well. But it is sort of funny how, I don't know if it's like a forgiveness thing or if he's just at that level, but it is true. Like a lot of people would be canceled over even just allegations of that kind of stuff. And he doesn't really seem to be. I don't know why that is. Is it because she seems cold and unlikable? Like, why do you think Brad Pitt can have allegations like that and then go through this 8-year-long messy divorce and still be like, Brad Pitt, what a great actor, good looking guy? Because
he's dreamy.
Is that it? Yeah. Just because he's dreamy?
Yeah.
Could be.
Well, no, I also think I think if someone has a long history in the public eye, there's some warm feelings towards him beyond. Is that possible? Am I wrong? Am I barking up the wrong tree?
You're not wrong.
I think I have fairly warm feelings towards Brad Pitt, even though I don't have a poster of him.
Right.
But I've seen him in a million movies.
Yep.
I like his work. I do think he's a handsome guy. I don't know what he was thinking walking away from Jen Aniston, but that scandal didn't stick to him at all.
Right.
Him and Angelina just got right on down the road and started a family of 10 kids.
Yep. They were together a really long time, and then once they finally did get married, they were only together like 2 years after that. Then allegedly this big thing happened on their private jet.
Well, I think it happened because he has spoken about quitting drinking, and that is not what people do unless they've. I mean, you've written 1,000 apology letters and still you persist. Like plenty of people can have a mistake happen and not have to quit drinking. He clearly had to quit drinking.
Yeah, I don't know what his stance is now. I've never heard.
I heard he has quit drinking.
He's sober.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
You know,
sometimes.
Who did you just say was like had said they quit and then they were back? You just said some lady.
Oh, it was Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah.
Yeah. She very publicly quit and then went, it didn't seem to really be the problem. So, butt out. I have my own complicated relationship with that.
So Brad is publicly known to being sober. He's a friend of Bill.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Hey, tell me when was it like immediately after the events of the plane? And
it was
is
after
that
the
potentially
divorce.
part of why we've forgiven him or seem to have? Because when someone says, I need to step back and reevaluate my whole life, and yes, a lot of what's happened here is true, and I'm blaming it on this, and I'm no longer doing that. Like, are we giving that guy a second chance? And would it not be the same if it wasn't Brad Pitt?
Is it possible, just to float it out there, Angelina in the press had a pretty bad reputation for a while. She's since sort of rehabbed herself, but it was out there that she, like, who was it? Laura Dern said, there I was. I was living with Billy Bob Thornton, and then all of a sudden, I wasn't. And he's marrying, I see it in the press, he's getting married to Angelina Jolie. That's how that story went down. Like,
well, plus she's making out with her brother on the
all
red
that
carpet
stuff. And so I
and
don't.
the screaming, like they literally thought that someone was being eaten by a lion out in the African plain when they were they making Mr. and Mrs. Smith during that? And it turns out it was her, putting on a big show for Brad Pitt.
Actually, I don't know if they were making that movie, but either way, I am curious. Actually, it's a pretty curious thing to think about. Like, why did that not
I know.
stick
Well,
to
that's
him?
what and that's why I brought her name up. Like, is it because listen, I think she's beautiful. I've loved some of her movies. I think she's a fantastic actress.
Well, she's rehabbed her own rep quite a bit.
She's a
She
humanitarian.
is an
right.
ambassador. Yes. Right.
So I don't know how that. Maybe it's just his star power was so strong that it would have taken a lot more than just rumors of a scandal or a drunk on a plane.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting to think about, though, because so many people would just be done. That'd be it.
Oh,
Forget it.
707. Brad Pitt is an alcoholic. I don't know what they know, but it sounds like.
He's been public about it. Bradley
said,
Cooper
friends with Bill.
he said Bradley Cooper was, I don't know if he was a sponsor, but he was why he started going to AA. And so he's been, he's out there sober. So,
What's weird
God bless him.
Is how that guy didn't lose some of his looks through the process of drinking will bloat you and savage your skin. And
he had
Jim
some more
Blossoms.
bloated phases than recently, I think.
I will say, I was looking at the shot of him, and, he's getting older. I want to say, what is he, 60? How old is he?
60, I think is about right.
He is 61.
He doesn't look like he's had a ton of work done. Like, Tom Cruise, I'm like, oh boy, please stop. But he does look like he's had some stuff done. He just doesn't look, he's got some wrinkles. Maybe he's never gotten anything done.
He's gotten stuff done.
He's
Look
that
at him,
good
though.
looking.
He's good looking. Look at the picture of him right there with the short hair. So there's, it's the third one right there. Like that one, he's looking a little bit, he actually kind of looks like Chris Hemsworth in that picture a little bit. Like he almost looks like he got some fill around his jaw, but I guess he's always had a very strong jaw. I don't know.
He is handsome.
I say head off into your golden years and don't get anything done. And see if you still get, just don't try to get the role of a 20-year-old anymore. Get the role of a 40-year-old or a 50-year-old. And enough with the lips, people. Come on.
Sarah and Vinnie on Alice.
Have a very nice day at work.